Welcome to the guide on how to add lessons in the administrator role. Follow these instructions to easily create and add lessons into your learning library. From setting the lesson name to specifying access and resources, this guide will cover all the necessary steps. Click on the Learning Library tab at the top of the page. Click on the Lessons tab. Next, click the Add Lesson button. This opens the Add Lessons template. Not every field requires an action or information inputted. We will cover some of the main elements you need to consider when adding lessons into the system. Enter the name of the lesson here. Select the appropriate category for the lesson. Enter keywords in this box. You can use multiple keywords. Make sure to separate them with a comma. Important note: keywords are helpful for users when searching for learning materials. Available for self-enrollment, should only be used if you want every user to be able to access the lesson. Requires management approval will set up a process for a manager to approve access to the lesson before the user can access it directly. Check the Open in Events Only box if you want the lesson to be used as a template when adding training events to the system. This is covered in more detail in a separate guide. Periodically repeat is used if you want to refresh the lesson or event over a period of time. For example, a user may be required to redo the lesson every year or attend a specific training course annually. Using this feature would refresh the status of the lesson at a specified time so that the user would have to do it again. Define in days when the lesson should be refreshed, for example, 365. You can also customize the email that is sent to users when they need to redo the lesson again. Click on a company in the drop-down list if you want to restrict the access to the lesson to just one company. Leave blank if you want to allow access to all or multiple companies. Define how many days till the lesson is expected to be completed. For example, if you enter 7 here and assign the resource to a user today, they would have 7 days to complete the lesson. Use the description box to tell the user what you'd like them to do with the lesson and/or a summary of what the lesson covers. You can now add the resources you would like to include in the lesson. You can search for these by name, category and type. You can add as many learning resources into the lesson as you want. You simply use the Add button next to the resource you want to add to the lesson. If highlighted, then this resource has been added. You can see which resources have been added here. You can also define a suggested order for the resources. You can also define if the resources need to be completed in a fixed order. Finally, you can click the Save and Close button. In this guide, we covered how to create and add lessons as an administrator in the system. From setting the lesson name to specifying access, adding refresher periods and selecting the resources, you now have the knowledge to effectively create and add lessons to your resource library.